Greetings and welcome back to another supporter stream. Today we're just doing a random tech chat because, yeah, it's been an extraordinarily weird and crazy day, and so, I decided I need to sell my old car, and it is a seller's market. If anybody's out there, at least in the United States, wanting to sell a car, I listed on Craigslist at 2:30 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning, 7:45. Somebody emails me saying I would like to test drive it. 11 o'clock, I drove to his city so we could test drive. By 3 o'clock, I had cash in hand. We transferred the title. So I did not get a lot of stuff done other than selling a car. So, but that was good. Got an excellent buyer, and I think he got an excellent deal as well. And I'm back down to one car again, and that's okay with me because, yeah, I got some stuff back here a little bit, and may or may not be tied to that super secret project. I don't know. I will attempt to have some more information about the super secret project tomorrow. It depends on how tomorrow goes, which already looks like I may not actually be able to work unless I get up super early in the morning and do a few hours of work beforehand. Anyway, how you doing, Salva?
I'm doing fine.
Very good.
Just enjoying myself.
Very, very good. Enjoying yourself. All right, Daniel, what's going on your way? I called you Daniel. I don't know why.
A lot of people do, believe it or not. I'm doing pretty good this week.
Nice. Ooh, Lamer Linux has the Endeavor OS logo. Very cool. I'm actually running Endeavor OS on my Discord computer here. All right. Yeah, very good. Very good. Yeah, so let's see. Great Terry, 2 minutes remaining. Where's Jeff? Yeah, where is Jeff? I don't know where Jeff is. Jeff, where are you? Jeff? Not sure how to add a smiley. Yeah, it's down there below. Kay Zhang needs to exercise today. You can't. Kay Zhang, I think you're a supporter now, Kay. You actually can jump on if you would like. If you are over on Discord, let me know your name. I can add you to the supporters group. Gray, how's it going there? Got it where they were hidden down below. 10-minute tech UK. Hello to you. Ghost. I missed Ghost. He's not getting there. Should invite me to the chat. I'm technology eligible. Yes. I don't have a way to invite you to the chat. Actually, if whatever supporters platform you are on, the link to it will be there. So you can go and find it there. Or if you are on Discord, let me know your name on Discord, and I will add you to the supporters group. And the supporters group also has the chats in there. And you even have a video on what is the super secret project about if you haven't seen it yet. Mitchell, how's it going there? Low spec Linux desktop. Don't see in there much anymore. There you go. No, I think you were. Oh, yeah, no, I was say I think you were over on the supporters, but I'm not sure you were either. So. Let's see. Been crazy busy, but you're here. All right, very good. Endeavor for the win. I like Endeavor. It's very good. In future, I have nothing to say. Well, today is the day to have nothing to say because we don't have any plan. Usually, we at least have some semblance of a plan that we're going to talk about. Today, we don't. So, that's okay.
See you next week. Bye.
Yeah, later. See you guys. Quick stream. Catch you early. No notification, of course. All right. Yeah. We are. I do keep these exactly the right time. Ambient light generator is starting to go bad. I need to buy a new one. I just bought this one. So if you are in the market for one of these, do not get a Lito Fordu one. They seem to suck. It broke. I don't even think I've had it for 6 months working here. But here, I'll try and change the colors. Whoa, look at those amazing color changes. It took me 10 minutes to get turned on today. So we got stuck with whatever vomit color it points out to me. And I'll look at buying a new one that's from a better quality company. Because that's actually very useful and I really like it. But yeah, sad. Join again. No, kicked and didn't hear it at all. Wait, how can we join again? So this is a supporters stream. So if you are a supporter, it will be on Think Life Media, Patreon, and Subscribestar, and on the Discord server as well. All right. Who wants to start with some form of discussion?
I can start. I've been having some hardware issues.
You too, huh?
We got hardware issues.
in the last
I
month.
got these hardware issues. I haven't.
Yeah,
had
I got
computer
piles of hardware issues here.
All right, Selby, what's your
Yeah.
hardware issues? How can we
So,
support you, my friend?
In April, we had power outage. I live in the rural area, so losing power a few times in the winter is nothing new. But I think the last one did something to my biggest or newest system, and it's been since April been unstable as I've never seen such a terrible system since April, and I bought it just a year ago. And intermittent at random intervals, it behaves as if someone pushes a reset switch, which the system does not have. So I can be in the middle of something, and whoops, the screen goes black, and the BIOS screen starts counting the RAM and needs the normal process.
Yeah,
And
you might need a fun backup system in place, backup power system to at least shut down appropriately.
yeah,
Yeah, it sounds like it's gonna require some test parts.
Yeah, the fun part is that I do have a UPS system running, but I need to change the battery because the battery is dead. So
okay,
yeah,
that'll work.
But today it reset itself twice within an hour, and then I had enough, and I went upstairs. I have a spare computer, and it turned out that the RAM modules from the system upstairs is the same as the system down here. And I switched them back, and the only difference is that the RAM modules that was installed in this system down was 8 gigabytes. I had 4 of those, so it was 32 gigabyte RAM. And the other system was 4 gigabyte modules. So now I have only 16, but oh well, if it's a stable system, then. So I'm going to test and see if RAM modules is easy to change.
Cool.
And
yeah, I know the one I just bought, the refurbished computer I just bought, it has a single 8 gig chip in it and another whole other empty bank. I'm like, man, I could upgrade this guy to 16, I bet. Pretty sweet.
And
uh-oh. I think I lost everybody. No, my internet. Are we back?
yeah.
Oh, okay. OBS is not. Wowzers.
Just in the middle of the talking about the computer issues.
Yeah. OBS is still sitting here at 0. Okay, OBS is back. Whoa, OBS is catching up. It just peaked up to
It's catching up.
It just peaked up to like more than I usually have downloaded.
It's jogging along, man, to get there.
Yeah. Very fun. Okay, I think we're back. All right, I think we're back. Go ahead, Selbu, finish up.
Yeah, so that was the hardware issues, trouble I've been having. And last Friday, I upgraded my phone. The one I used to have, or still have, is this thingy. It's a Nokia 150.
Mm-hmm.
And it's reliable. It always works. But it has the annoyance that sometimes when I have it in my pocket, it would lose power. And I think it's just for a fraction of a second, but that's enough for it to shut down. And I think it is it loses connection with the battery, or yeah. So I'm replacing this small thing with an even smaller.
Nice, very good.
Yeah, it's
So-
Nokia 800 tough. So
Very good. Well, speaking of buying batteries, Dan, you had a nice story to talk about how to find good batteries and such. So why don't you bring us up to speed on that while I adjust my lighting because I look like I'm in the dark.
I have this lovely Dell Studio 1537, and it's pretty ancient. It's only got a Core 2 processor in it. I call it my Pep book because it's running on Peppermint 9, which is pretty good. It's only using 330 megabytes of RAM right now, just sitting here with the H-top open. But last week I noticed the side of it where the power cable goes in, there's a little LED there, and it was blinking 3 orange blinks and then a white blink. And I'm like, what is going on here? So I found out it would start up and run as long as the power cable was hooked up to it, the charger. And I'm like, okay, this is a battery issue. And so I got on the interwebs here and put in Dell 1537 Studio battery, and everybody showed me a battery except the one I really wanted, because this one's uniquely shaped. This one actually sits on the desk like this and props the laptop up on an angle.
Wow.
So, so after that, after getting frustrated, Amazon had tons of unwanted batteries, and so did on eBay and everything else. I changed my game and went for the part number on the battery, which is a type MT264. I put that number in battery, bingo. They had one at Amazon for $25.
Nice.
And I thought, the laptop is old and stuff, but it still works. I mean, it still brings up Mozilla Firefox, and it does LibreOffice. Use either one of it. It's still under a gig of RAM, and it's got 4 gigs in it. So you could use it to watch videos, get on the internet, and do all kinds of stuff like that. 2 days, battery at the door, just great.
Nice.
Same applies for this crazy looking RX 580 Radeon video card. One day I walked in the closet behind me, and one of the fan blades were broken out of it. And I was kind of like really stewed, because this is my backup video card. And again, I put the Radeon RX 580 in the search. It showed me every fan. It showed me every fan except the one I wanted. So what I did is I took it apart, and this is the broken fan. On the back of it, there's part numbers. I put the part number and then fan after it. At Amazon, bingo. They showed me just what I wanted. It come with both fans and the exact cable that connects it all together and plugs into the main board.
Nice.
So if you're having trouble searching for something, I know most of you out there know this, use the part numbers on the parts that you actually want rather than the thing they go in.
Yeah, I've had to do that a lot for fixing a little bunch of odds and ends and stuff like that.
I thought it was just worth mentioning, because some people, don't quite think of that at the spot when they're panicking for a part. There's a little broken fan blade.
Yeah,
I don't know how it got broken either. That's the puzzling thing about it.
I have a phone that's in that boat. One of the Nexus that I had here, the one I have EOS on, it was just sitting on the desk, and I looked at it the other day. I'm like, is the screen cracked? And yeah, the screen's cracked. I don't even touch the thing. It doesn't even move off my desk, and I don't usually set extra stuff on my desk. It just, I guess a little alien came down and was like, and put a little crack in it. So, the other one I have.
I had the same problem also. I got an acrylic cover that fits over my turntable for my records. It flips up and down. It's got two little tangs in the back that go in the back of the phonograph that go into hinges. Well, one of them, the acrylic tang busted off of it. So now if you want to use the phonograph, you got to take the whole acrylic cover off rather than tilt it. So I kind of looked around using, techniques, turntable, blah, 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 turntable and stuff like that. And none to be found anywhere. However, a guy on eBay makes these metal brackets where you just grind the tangs off, and you drill 2 little holes and put these metal brackets, replace those tangs in the acrylic cover, and they work great. It's an excellent fix. The guy came up, the idea was absolutely stupendous how to get around that. It must be a common problem, because he was selling a lot of them.
Nice. We were joined by another Jitsier, but I don't see who it is yet. Yeah. Are you there? Are you there, fellow Jitsier? Or it's the NSA, isn't it? Hello, NSA guy. Everyone say hi to the NSA guy.
Hi, hey, NSA guy.
Hey to the NSA guy.
Or FBI guy.
Yeah, it's one of the two.
Agency guy.
Yeah, there you go.
And also one other thing that I bought on Friday was a new chair.
Oh, nice.
So
Oh, awesome!
How is it? It looks nice. Is it
yeah,
comfortable?
the one I had was all the chairs I had. When they get a few years old, they get to lag. The back is going further and further back. And
is it better than my $30 Walmart task chair?
I have no idea.
I mean, it looks it. I gotta say, it looks it. At least the task chair, it's a chair. It has wheels. We'll give it that. And that's about it. We won't go anymore. But I just needed something quick because I'm not sure how long I'm going to need a chair for. And the other one officially was broken. Like, ugly chair, I can deal with ugly chair. Don't care. Broken chair, problematic. So, yeah, that was
the thing with this chair is it's mostly foam. And it is really hot to sit in for very long. That's why I got a towel over the back of it. Yeah. It's a lazy boy. It sells for like $300. I got it marked down to $250 from Staples about 3 years ago. And there's lots of padding and everything in it. If you want to be really comfy, you can sit in this thing and get a footstool and watch TV all day long. But
yeah, and that is one thing that I do like about a big chair like this is to lay back and rest my head and watch some YouTube video.
That is what I really miss the most about my big office chair. But such as time is life, I'll have to go without it for a little bit and see what the future holds. Let me check in.
Some of them gaming chairs are downright awful. I went to Micro Center and sat in about 4 of them, and I'm like, I'm not buying a chair from here.
How about the $3,000 ones? Are those comfortable, or are they?
I don't know. I haven't had the pleasure of finding one. I know which ones you're talking about too, because Jay's 2 Cents and stuff like that on his channel talked about his chair, and he got his used. Every once in a while, these companies out them chairs and get new ones, and you got a sale of used somehow.
It's like buying a used MacBook. It still costs.
It was like
$1,000.
It was like $1,500 to them used.
It looks like Peter might have a cinnamon question. We'll scour that chat. I'm going to go through the Discord chat, then we'll circle back to this one, and then we'll, if you have a cinnamon question there, we will see if we can answer it.
Just finishing up the chair stories. My most exciting chair story was a few years back in one of the chairs I had back then, before the one I had to replace just now. I was sitting in my chair listening to some video, and all of a sudden something snapped, and I almost fell backwards until the far back, and a spring flew up into the room and broke one of the front of my computer.
You have it wrong, comrade. I am a Roski.
Oh, it's a Russian. It's a Russian.
I don't know that anybody can hear me at all.
Yeah. So our FBI agent is Yates Networks. So Yates Networks, how's it going?
Where are we tonight? Good God, technical difficulties.
We have no real agenda. So
pull out your junk drawer and start talking.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to Discord comments now. Gary is almost finished with Techlore's Go Incognito. If you are new to privacy and you want to get on that, then go have a look at Techlore's Go Incognito course. It is one of the best in privacy these days.
I say you'll have it wrong, comrade.
His Tesla video is really good too.
From the KGB.
The KGB's here. All right. Let's see. Was there a cinnamon question here somewhere? Hold on.
One of the plumber companies in my is called KGB.
Little support question, not for me, someone else. Can you add a hotkey to send a window to another workspace in Cinnamon? Anybody know that? I do not use workspaces. I disable workspaces.
I don't either, really.
When
you have more than one monitors, it kind of makes them useless.
Yeah. Yates Networks, do you know anything about that?
Fill me in.
Hotkeys. Is it possible to put a hotkey to on Cinnamon? Put a hotkey to move an application to a different window. I just think you're too used to GNOME. I'm telling you.
Maybe it's in the settings.
You're using workspaces. Just go to GNOME. Go to a GNOME distro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Off the top, I don't know, and I don't even know how to modify hotkeys in.
I don't
Cinnamon.
really even do key bindings myself, honestly. I probably totally should, but I just don't. I'm more mouse driven. I'm like your 80-year-old grandma in a 35-year-old body.
Hey, don't knock the 80-year-old grandma, because I prefer the mouse stuff too.
Yeah, I don't see anything in the system settings under workspace options.
There's keyboard shortcuts. So under keyboard, center tab is shortcuts. There's cycle through open windows. Okay, so there's a key binding for switch to left workspace, switch to right workspace. But I think your problem is you can't put a key binding in there to put something on a particular one. So if you have an active window, you're looking for a key binding to move that active window to another workspace.
That sounds kind of rough to do, because if you got two workspaces open, you got two chunks of memory dedicated to each.
Yeah, so the only thing I would say you probably can do is if there is a command tied to it, you can add a custom shortcut, give it a name, and give it just a generic command. And so that might be the path. I just don't know about how to do that, but that's the best help I can be with that one. But yeah, if that's an application you're really looking for, the only one I know of off the top that does that by default is GNOME. In Windows 11, we now have haptic feedback pens. Yeah, I was reading the Windows 11 stuff today, and we also have on Windows 11 Home, you are forced to sign in with a Microsoft account with an internet connection. However, we've been having some discussion in the Discord. They think that if you do not have internet on the computer or do not have an internet card in the computer at all, then that might be bypassed with a limited setup. But I don't know what that means yet. I did not encounter that information, but I will look for it because I plan on talking about that on the news tomorrow.
There is a workaround in the dialog box which asks for the online account. You can close it with Alt and F4.
We're talking about the new Windows 11, and this is stuff that was just released.
Yeah.
And they said on Windows 11 Home, you have to use an internet connection and a Microsoft account. I don't know if there's a workaround. That's kind of what we're looking at, but we can't assume whatever's in Windows 10 is
what I've seen
out of process has changed.
What I've seen out of all the Windows is to install it with no internet connection whatsoever.
That might be your
all
best
the garbage.
There has got to be a way to get it up and running without internet, but it's Microsoft. You never know.
But when you do plug the internet in to use it, it might turn around and ask you to sign in. My iPhone does that all the time. It just randomly, on a timely basis, asks me to sign into my Apple account.
Yeah.
And also
Chromebooks are selling Mac. It's because they cost a third of the price. Go ahead.
Yeah, on the article that I was reading that I linked to in one of the chat rooms a few days ago, said that that they had they took account for that it might be because this is the beta version. Which are
so I'm not concerned about anything that came out a couple of days ago because the official announcement stuff was it today. Today was the official announcements. I was reading articles that were written about the announcements today. So I will try and look into that to find a solid answer about it for the news tomorrow. But it appears, that's the article I read. But we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, I'm not as concerned about what's in the developer editions or with the videos that people have done so far because that's a different context than the actual release announcement today from actual Microsoft. So we need to figure that out, I guess. I don't know. Did you find something recent from today?
No.
Gary says the workaround is just to disconnect the internet. Maybe. I don't know. I'll try and find an answer tomorrow.
But like I commented in one of the chat in the IRC chat rooms that I'm hanging around in that I prefer the any kind of Linux installation any day because you have the option to install over the internet, but it doesn't require any kind of online account in order to use and log into the system. So
my question is if you have a copy of the ISO, which I do you have to use Rufus to actually write it to a USB stick? Because Rufus does that all that stuff with that GTP partitioning and stuff like that Windows uses, where Etcher does not.
Yeah, that I don't know.
Did you install it in a virtual machine?
I didn't install it at all.
Oh, okay. Then I'm thinking of somebody else.
As far as I know, I think there's a developer edition out there as well, but there's a whole lot of
watch your step stuff
ones coming out as well. In fact, Microsoft issued some DMCAs over people distributing the Windows 11 stuff. So I would not trust a leaked Windows 11 ISO. That to me is a little sketchy. Rag and Rat, how's it going there? Notice Windows 11 will have native support for Android apps. Will it? Ooh. Windows 11 is just Windows 10 Deepin Edition. I agree. That's what it looks like. It looks like Deepin. It looks so much like Deepin. It's frightening. Confirm that you can set up Windows without an account if you are not connected to the internet for Windows 11. Okay. Again, Peter, is that a developer edition, which are always different from the official release, or is that from them saying it? I think you're going to be right because traditionally that has been a workaround for it. But again, if we're talking about something you've downloaded and tested as a developer edition, that may or may not be in the final product. Windows 11 installed, no qualms with it, none at all. All right, that's okay, Ben. We've all known that you've turned to the dark side, but that's okay. We love you anyway.
The dark side.
That's right. Do they have cookies over there? Do you have cookies in the dark side still? Windows does not ask to sign into the account after the install. Okay. Tech Doc does account that Red Dead Redemption 2 is on sale on Steam and works fine with a Ryzen 5. Sure, why not? I know nothing about video games. Do you guys know anything about Red Dead Redemption? Or was it Dead Redemption? Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm a boomer! Or I'm just a non-gamer, whatever. I know South Park did a spoof about that because everyone was addicted to it and the whole world was blowing up around them.
I don't have that game, so I can't comment.
I remember one of the Star Trek in the Next Generation had an episode in one of the early seasons where everyone was addicted to some game, and this was 30 years ago. So even back then, people were playing way too much.
Jeffrey's here. Woohoo, Jeffrey, we were looking for you at the beginning. All right, Windows 11 limited account. It is cloud-based. The pre-install release will only load through GPU RAM installs. Once you have the code, truth is you need to be online. Yes, that's what he's saying. Okay. So there's a lot of conflicting information, and we'll see if we can get to the bottom of it. Shocked the MS named it Windows 11. You know, in truth, you need to be online, all right? I know, all right? Let's see. Just shocked that MS name. Let's see. We already read that one. No, so Windows 11 doesn't allow you to resize or move the taskbar anymore. Really? That's fun. PSA, if you use Tor browser, please update to the latest version to fix some serious vulnerabilities in the previous version. All right. If anyone using Tor. I've actually seen that Tails seems to fail for checking for updates. If you haven't seen that, I'm going to probably just have to download it and manually do it. Peter does recommend Rufus for Windows 10 on Windows 10 for any Linux distro. That's actually, I recorded footage for a video I will release later that I used Rufus. And they have a nice portable version on Windows, which is good.
Rufus.
Was that the name of the kid on like Peter Pan? On the Hook, on the movie Hook? Wasn't Rufus the name of like the Pan's replacement while he was gone?
One of the users in Discord says that Linus Tech Tips activated Windows 11 using a Windows 10 key.
I bet you could probably activate Windows 11 using a Windows 7 key too, because that does still seem to work.
I've not heard anybody mention the movie Hook in decades. That was an awesome movie that I.
What happens if you used your Windows 7 key to activate your Windows 10? Will it work for 11 again too?
Well,
because you can't.
I don't know.
Well, they're actually saying that
don't
Windows
know about
11 might be a free upgrade from 7 to 11 because they're like, you got to get these people off of Windows 7. I'm like, no, we don't want to.
Yeah, but I burnt my key on a Windows 10 edition, and it wouldn't let me do it a second time on another drive.
Oh, really?
I actually think they'll
It
forego
said that
it.
key was used.
I think they're going to go back to their old ways and start charging for licenses again, and be more restrictive. I really do. I really do.
You get charged to get robbed. Okay, great.
And I think they need to, but they don't need to be as expensive, but they will be. I honestly, this is why I think Microsoft desperately wants to be in the consumer market.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've shown that with Xbox and how much time and energy they have invested into that. Even though they have a business division, you know, I still think they want to be in the consumer market. You know, they've come out with the Surface Book for kind of business and freelance. You know, individuals can use that. That kind of hits both markets.
I don't know. I still see them going more of an Apple approach. The OS is free. They want you to just buy the expensive hardware for it.
You know, then I also heard that you have to everything now you have to get through the Windows Store. Now we've heard that before.
That was a prediction I had, and I want to see. I did not read up on if that.
What about all the games out there you buy from GOG?
Yeah.
You know, those are all EXE installs.
They need to be more like Linux, less like Apple.
Yeah, somebody left a comment about that saying, yeah, I don't think they would because they would lose too much share. But the problem is most people using Windows, they don't know anything exists other than maybe Mac. So I don't know. We'll see. Thank you for that super chat, Dan.
You're welcome, sir.
If they try to make it just like Apple, I understand the draw for that. And at one point I was like, okay, maybe they should just do that and make it like Mac OS, and then it doesn't matter if you're on Windows or Mac. It's just whose business practices are worse, right? Here's the problem with that. I think they need to be different. I think they need to do something radically different, but it needs to be something that's well accepted, and that's going to be hard for Microsoft because they're really hit or miss on their operating systems. I don't think they should be like Apple, because if they're too much like Apple, why would someone choose Windows over the original?
Here's the thing, though. Almost all of these companies are all trying to become each other. You know,
that's a problem.
It's hard to find. It's hard to find two companies that are in a similar sphere that are unique enough to say this is my preference for this is this.
Yeah,
and I just think that's more of a challenge we find than anything else.
And they end up alienating more people than they do by trying to be like somebody else. If I don't like,
they don't alienate people. The problem is they don't. I think it was Louis Rossman yesterday. This will be probably, I mean, unless there's a much better one, this will probably be one of our core.
But if I hated Windows 10 and I'm not crazy about Apple, what do I use?
I'm in the middle of a point, Mark. I'm
sorry.
Right? So the Peloton, whatever it is, the exercise bike company. Well, on top of paying $3,000 for your exercise bike, they just pushed a firmware update that now you also have to have a $40 a month subscription to just get on the thing and run. And Rossman, I think it was Rossman's video where he says, the reason they're going to get away with this, it was either that or it was the Hated Ones video on smartphones. One of those two, though. It was one of those two I watched yesterday. He said, whoever it was said, he said, the problem isn't that they're doing this. The problem is they're not getting enough kickback for doing it. So if we really want to take things back, everybody who has one of those devices, everybody should all band together and say, I didn't sign up for this crap. You're buying it back to me at full price. And I'm going to take my money and go buy another product. But most of you are like, oh, that sucks. Okay, here's my credit card. And then they're just going to make lots and lots and lots more money off of people who didn't have the gonads to stand up and say, no, I did not sign up for your product that charges me a monthly fee on top of the exorbitant fee. Give me my money back. It's a treadmill. I don't need to pay a subscription fee to get on a treadmill and walk.
I seen that. Yeah, I watched it. I thought it was kind of really ridiculous for a treadmill.
Yeah. And so that's the thing. All right, go ahead, Mark. Uh-oh. Are you there, Mark?
But I think it was Louis Rossman who said that because I watched the same video.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It was either Louis Rossman or I watched the Hated one had a short clip.
The treadmill was Louis Rossman.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Yeah, I know the treadmill is Louis Rossman. I don't remember which one said we have to make that pushback.
Yeah, it sounds like Rossman would say something like that because
Yeah.
And he has said in other videos about these issues with other things that if people don't complain about these things, then nothing will change.
Correct. And that's why the best thing we can do for social media is to stop using Facebook. We have to stop using these platforms that are abusive to people.
Yeah.
I try everywhere I can.
Oh my God. When you're too fat, you can't lean over 2 plates of food to unmute yourself because you realize you're muted. God. Ridiculous. I was having. No, the problem.
Now that you're unmuted and your belly fat's not in the way, go ahead.
It was just I was sitting back in my chair, lean way back, and the problem I have with Windows trying to be like Apple is exactly what you said. That's what I wanted to say. What you said earlier. Mm-hmm. If you're just like Apple, what the freak choice do I have? I can go with the original or nothing at all.
You might say, well, this one I have a different UI, or at least this one I can use EXEs and this one DMGs. But at the fundamental point, if the core philosophy, how the company's working, is all the same, what do we got?
It doesn't matter then. It's just you're just part of the hive mind, I guess.
The hive mind.
You will be assimilated to the Borg. This is your weekly reminder to go watch The Selfish Ledger if you've not.
It's just ridiculous. Why does everybody got to be like everybody else? Why don't you be your damn self?
It's the same reason that Hollywood movies keep on just rehashing the same old films rather than coming up with something original.
Yeah, if you watch even with new movies, even with new movies, as old as I am, and all the movies I've seen in the past, you can distinctly tell where they've taken a chunk out of one movie and glued it into another one, and another chunk and glued it into that one. Like, they can't write fresh stuff no more.
Yeah, I've been watching old movies from like the 90s lately, which I think is the last great generation of movies, because, the effects weren't all over it. And so people had to rely on the story more than the CGI. And then the stories were good and real rather than, mostly a bunch of nonsense. And then not to mention that politics wasn't injected into everything, Can't have a Hollywood movie without one LGBT character, There's a time and place for it. Every single movie on the planet isn't it,
And there's another
fix the start menu. Don't change the whole start menu. Fix the start menu, do the little dock thing, get rid of fashion mode, and just do a dock so you're not taking up that screen real estate. Then
but
cut the privacy and you're done.
You get out of this mist of applications in the middle. I mean, it looks just like Deepin. Come on, man. It's deep in OS. Didn't you see it?
You
It's
can
deep
put
in
a
OS.
dock
Window.
to the left, right, top, bottom, end, start. Make it like that. Let people move it where they want. Have it in a little small dock.
You can move. You can move it, at least from the center to the left. I'm not sure if you can move it anywhere else.
So don't let it take up the whole bottom bar. Leave most of. You don't have to use very little. You have to use very little space, like a mini bar or something, kind of like a Ubuntu Budgie has. Have it wide open for desktop. Get rid of the clutter on the start menu, and make the search better. The search functionality in Windows is so terrible.
It just searches Bing. I mean, come on.
It just searches what now?
It's Bing. It's just Bing. It's just internet. Go to Bing.
I mean,
you type something in the search bar. Let's go on the internet.
The whole start menu. Yeah, it's terrible. Why do I have to search and then click apps and then hope and pray that it's got the app I want listed? And if it does, it brings up another menu. The user interface is god awful. You have to click on everything 4 or 5 times to do something that it takes 1 or 2 clicks in Linux. Stop using Windows. God, people just abandon Windows, I tell you.
Yeah.
It's good. I haven't shown this much hate for Windows 10 in a while.
I know. It's like, what's going on? I actually booted into Windows 10 the other day to record some footage on how to switch to Linux from Windows.
It's just drives me nuts.
I do not
There's no creativity anymore.
Yeah.
Tom's one of the last few creatives out there.
I'm not sure I'm not creative either. Creative has never been my strong suit. I'm a technical
Well, you're analytical, but you can... young Rufus said something really brilliant the other day. Creative is not about being abstract and throwing crap at the wall and seeing what sticks to see what your audience likes. Creative is working in with certain confines and creating your own thing within a certain rule set or like a certain confine environment that is appropriate for the audience. So it's not about just willy-nilly making whatever you want. It's making something that is appropriate for the audience and for what you're doing, the context of it. Which I thought was really... He's a sweet kitty.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm chilling.
He's just hanging out with you, hugging you.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, I got the paw thing going. He's swimming.
My cousin got some kittens, and they got like 6 toes instead of 5.
Yeah, that's actually fairly common in cats, particularly among calicos and stuff.
I need to check Scooter to see if he's deformed. I bet he is. He's a country cat.
He's not deformed. He's just the way he was supposed to be.
It's really weird. These little kittens got these gigantic paws.
Yeah,
he is long. He's staring up at me.
He had blue eyes too. When he was a kitten, this cat had blue eyes. Now he's got brown, your typical kitty cat brown eyes.
Scooter's got green.
6-toed Hemingway kitten. All right. We got some cat emojis jump up. We need a movie writer with fresh ideas. Yes, we do.
You're a sweet kitty.
But speaking of movies, there are some movie creators who really create some great movies. But
it's like 1 out of every 20 new movies is a decent one.
Yeah. And then there are some creators and producers who make movies, but they are not part of the Hollywood elite, and so they are.
The one they made a couple years ago, Ford versus Ferrari. That was a really good movie. I really enjoyed that one. It told a really good story.
I've yet to watch that. What is that really about? Is it really about Ford versus Ferrari?
Yes, at one time Ford wanted to buy Ferrari, and Ferrari screwed him over.
Cool. So it's like a business movie.
Yeah, well, it
Oh,
gets into racing too. And when Henry Ford II, he wanted a race team, he put up the money for it. They designed a new car to surpass the Cobra,
Yeah,
a
the Shelby
supercar.
Cobra.
And there's a guy that was a driver, and I forgot his name. I ain't gonna ruin the movie for you if you haven't seen it, but you got to see it.
Don't tell me anymore. I'll check it out. I'm not a big car guy, but like I do.
It's not
like
all
cars.
racing like movie. It's got a little
I
bit of
don't mind
everything for
racing.
everybody.
Yeah,
It's got a
I'm
part
not
of
a
it
big
that's
car guy, but I do
hilarious.
like cars.
Henry Ford II comes out to Carroll Shelby and goes, "What did I just spend $5 million on?" There's this car, and he puts him in the passenger seat, and he takes him out on the track with it and scares the living hell out of him. It's hilarious. His face is shifted to the right, to the left on his fat and stuff. And
oh wow.
It'll do that going over and over in Discord, but it disappeared. It disappeared itself.
They say Teslas are even faster.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, they won't be faster for long though. They will run out of power, and then it takes an hour and a half to charge them up.
Yeah.
When I run out of gas in my car, I can fuel the thing up in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many other issues with Tesla. It might be sexy.
One of them is you can't repair one. Tesla's the only one that can fix them.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons against buying a Tesla more than there is.
It's always connected to the internet. It spies on everything you do. Blah 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 blah.
And one of the issues with which is specific to Tesla, there was some interview with one of the unauthorized third-party repairmen. He often gets Tesla cars in, and the first thing that he turns off is a syslog. It runs a syslog on the chip that it's stored on is soldered on, and you can't replace it. So after the 3 or 4 years, the SD soldered on SD card is worn out and need to bricks itself. And the way then Tesla fixed this was to solder on an even bigger SD card. So and then for some reason they can't put out a normal SD card or have the log to a removable SD card that you can.
I read something about that where some of the chips and the memory chips and the Teslas on the first ones that they made, the chips in them are degrading and they will no longer store data.
Yeah. And it's because they are each time that you if you touch a button, there is a syslog entry that there is saying that you pushed something, and every little minute detail that you change or whatever, or even if you navigate through menus.
Have you ever gotten in one of these, Sabu?
No,
I got to go for a ride in one. It is, from the driver's point of view, it is extremely dangerous because you got this big iPad in the middle of the dashboard between you and the passenger. You have to constantly take your eyes off the road to push that thing to do anything.
But it should self-drive itself.
Right.
Yeah, we've
heard the stories about that.
Yeah, just don't be in an emergency vehicle. Hey, look, a police car. Let's crash into it.
And this Christmas season, we have Grandma got ran over by a Tesla. Self-driving on the highway 421.
Yeah, one thing that the Tesla cars is excellent for if you want to be beheaded, then put it in self-drive mode.
Well, the other thing it's excellent for is if you would like a lot of other companies to know exactly where you are at all times and all things you do, that'd be a good thing. Peter asked about the kitty and the leash. The kitty will start getting walks soon. Kitty will start getting walks soon. We'll see. We'll see if he likes being outside.
That sounds like the company I used to work for. They put all kinds of equipment in it to track your work vehicle and see how long it's sitting and where it's at. And
Walmart's actually giving everybody their own phone. Like, you can use it as your own personal phone. Pfft, don't do that, guys. Is use it for the store business. The idea is that they want everybody to have the phone so that everyone can use the new Walmart app and do all of this stuff with it. Like, yeah.
Well, even before they put the junk in the work trucks, and stuff like that to track us, they started out with the phones. They used the phones to track everybody where they were going and what they were doing.
Yeah. I think Amazon was in that boat, and then their managers told them halfway through the day, turn them off. The idea is be safe for the first half of the day, be a reckless lunatic the second half of the day. Just turn it off and tell the company, the contracted company, that your battery died,
I don't know what's up with our Amazon driver here, but when I have a package like this, battery showed up yesterday. Not only did I get my battery, I got whatever they ordered across the street, whatever she ordered next door, whatever the guy down the street ordered. They dumped them all on my porch.
I think Level 1 Tech said they've been doing that at their place too, is dump them all in one spot and then let the neighbors all fight about it. Not all neighbors get along,
Yeah.
We have a crazy one at the end of our block that's kind of nutsoid. Like, the people next to me were buying the place, and they're kind of the realtor and stuff was going around because they didn't have a key to go straight through. They're walking around to see the back, and the lady starts cussing them out. Like, what are you doing? This is private property. I'm the realtor. I'm selling the property.
Well, yesterday just happened to work out for everybody because after they had dropped the packages off at my door, I was sitting right here and I got the email with a picture of my porch and all these packages, and all I ordered was one of them sitting on my porch, and I brought them in, and right after that, it just downpoured, and they would have all got soaked if I wouldn't have helped someone.
Someone that I chat with on occasionally on IRC. Down south in Norway. He runs a small business from home, and he said once 2 years ago, I think, that he was sitting in his office in his house, and he has a view on his on the road, everything coming and going, and his porch and everything. And then the delivery van comes and it stops in front of his driver. It sits there for 30 minutes and it drives away. And then he gets a ping on his phone saying that from the delivery guy stating that they attempted to deliver the packet but no one was home.
Here's one for you, Dan. Jeffrey says Amazon delivers like Santa Claus. Just be happy with what you get.
No, actually, they turned me into Santa Claus. I gotta go around with my bag and hand out everybody's stuff.
You need to get yourself a beard and a Santa suit. Walk over. Look at what Bezos left for you today. All right, we need to wrap this one up here, and we'll be streaming on my other show tonight. We're doing the Christian show tonight, Faith and Courage. I think it's Courage and Faith. I don't know. We'll see how it is. I had to throw it together in the midst of my massively chaotic day, but we'll see how it goes. But we'll be over there. I'll find the link for that and post it. Selbu, I'm on you right now, so give us your final words.
Live long and prosper.
All right, good enough. Dan, final words on your end?
Final words, if you are looking for something, instead of putting the something in the search and you can't find the something for the something, put the part number that the something's on.
You sound like Biden.
And then
something awesome.
And then you'll get the something you're looking for.
Best ending ever.
Yeah, Mark, what are your final words? If Mark's there. I'm not sure if Mark's there. His fat just knocked over the drink on its way to the unmute button.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll go ahead and wrap this one up here. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. We might actually be back to I can actually put normal thought into it. If you guys missed the beginning of the stream, I listed a car for sale on Craigslist at 2:30 in the morning. At 7:30 in the morning, somebody wanted to test drive it. We met up at 11. I had to drive over to the city to get him, and then he bought it by 3, I think. And so I've pretty much accomplished nothing today. So I didn't get a chance to prepare a whole ton, but we'll
Sure
see.
you did. You
But,
sold your car.
I did. Yeah, I accomplished
You
stuff
ought
I
to
needed
feel
get
good
done,
about
just not,
that.
not for stuff here. I will when other things are calmed down in the middle of the super secret project. So
Just
I'm gonna
don't
try
just
and get some
don't
footage
forget
out
to
there
cancel
tomorrow.
the insurance on it, so you ain't paying for it.
Already done. And here in Pennsylvania, I have to send the license plate back to the state, but they're the title and tag place. I can drop it off for free over there, so I'm gonna do that tomorrow. All right. Well, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Weekly news roundup. It'll be very, very fun. Have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful evening, and we'll see you tomorrow, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.